Veterans Day, I thought I would share with you some of my military themed collectibles, because this is a channel where I talk about some of the things I collected over the years and encourage you to comment on them. And sometimes I tell little stories about the collectibles and why they're important to me. The ones you're looking at are the Tuskegee Airmen. These are some of the figures that I'm very proud of. They did two in this series, the fighter pilot one here and the bomber pilot here. And if you want to know what they look like, this is what the boxes look like. They have the same picture on the reverse side. There. Hope you can see that. And the figures, let's look at the fighter pilot. Very detailed, a very, very lovely figure. Lovely box art. I mean, just really beautiful. I'm really glad to own these. This is the bomber pilot, and he opens the opposite way. And again, great artwork that they, lovely detail on these figures too. They look fantastic. And I wanted to mention too that I bought one that I could have out of the box, and if you'll notice, he actually has a signature. I met one of the Tuskegee Airmen. Actually, I've met several over the years. This one was signed by Charles McGee, who was at the 302nd Fighter Squadron, 1944. He signed it. He was, I think, in his 90s when he did this for me. It was last year when I met him at a memorabilia show, and it was just a pleasure to meet him, talk to him, and shake his hand. And this is something very prized that I have, the fact that this actually has a signature on it. So I really like this one a lot. I also have this one from the G.I. Joe U.S. Airborne. This is a female figure. So again, U.S. 82nd Airborne figure. This one is also a really lovely figure. As you can tell, I like collecting the people of color figures. This one I've had for a while. You can see it still has the old KB sticker on it. I got it in the clearance bin, but this was heavy duty, and he was part of a series. You could get Duke, Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes, Stalker. So this one was really nice. You know, I remember the G.I. Joe figures are so fun to have, the bigger ones. I remember having one as a little boy and playing with it, and I just remember being really rough with it, and I broke it all up, which is such a shame. You know, as a kid you don't think about collecting and that sort of thing. So it's nice to have these bigger figures now. This one came from a company called ES Toys, sort of a, I guess, competitor to the G.I. Joes. This one, you know, if you feel it, you can see the joints aren't as, it has good articulation, but the joints aren't as stiff. They are, and this one feels a little lighter if you held the two. This one has a lot more weight to it, and this one is light, but it's still a lovely figure, and it has a lot of detail on it. And again, this was a great military figure that I had, and I like this a lot, and I wanted to have this and display it in my home. The other thing I wanted to show you very quickly was, I had a colleague of mine, her son was in the military, he was in the Navy, and he served on the USS Gary, and I had helped him when he was planning on going to college with some of his college planning, and he surprised me with this hat. This was years ago, and I wore it for a while, but then I wanted to keep it. It felt like something that should be in a museum or something. I didn't want to get it messed up, so I tried to keep it very nice, but this was the ship he was on. And then he surprised me again, and he gave me this. This is something I try really hard to keep nice and clean and keep my fingerprints off of it, but it's a Zippo. Okay, let me pull it from this direction. It's a Zippo lighter, and it also commemorates the USS Gary. Can you see the, let's see if I can you see that? This is simply beautiful. Every now and then I take this out. I've never, and I would never use this as an actual lighter to light anything. To me it feels like something that should be preserved and kept in a I don't know, in a case somewhere. But this one I'm really proud of. I'll try to keep it. You can see it's still got all the original papers and everything with it, so I'll polish it back up and get my fingerprints off. And the last thing I want to share with you is this plush bear figure. Now this does not belong to me. This is my daughter's. We picked this up in the gift shop at the Charlotte Hall Veterans Center. My brother was a disabled veteran, and he spent the last years of his life there, so we spent a lot of time at the veterans home. And my daughter saw this and wanted it, and so we bought it for her. And it's really nice. It's by a company called, let's see if you can see this, it's Chantilly Lane Musicals. I liked it because it explained the flag, why the flag is like that, because it's supposed to be the flag in motion. It looks like it's backwards, but it's not supposed to be like the flag in motion, so it had this sticker on it. But my daughter kept this, and she put it, let's hope I don't drop it. She had it with her when she went to college, and now it sits in her room. The thing that's nice about this is that it has music, and it's animatronic. So it plays a song. Let's see if I can get it to go.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I've worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Isn't that simply beautiful? So, to all the veterans out there, you have America's deepest love. You volunteer to put yourself in harm's way. You do that so the rest of us can enjoy peace, freedom, and the lifestyle that we live here. So if you know a veteran, give them a hug. Let them know how much you love them today. This has been Mel. This has been Collectibles and Comments. This has been some of my military-themed collectibles. I hope you've enjoyed seeing them. I certainly enjoy sharing them with you. So, as I always say, life is meant for us to have positive experiences. Get out there and start making some. And along the way, pick you up some wonderful collectibles like this to remind you of all the wonderful things that we should be thankful for in our lives. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.